The zombie horse.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Let's Play. This is Captain Jack, and this is actually a different perspective than you guys are used to, because up until now it's been Ingram's perspective, and now you get to see mine, and this is the beer rum. And in this episode, we are going to be discussing what's up here, because we really haven't talked about it at all, and I'm going to talk about it really quickly. If you want to know actually what's going on with all of these machines, you can check out the genetics tutorial. The link will be in the description. And I'm just going to kind of briefly go over what I have been doing. Got a nice little butterfly collection up here. There are some... Oh my goodness. How are you, green horse?
The zombie horse.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
This is a disaster out here with all these flowers. This is my starting bee breeding place out here, and these are the alvearies that I've built so far. They're just kind of unceremoniously dumped here, and they will be moved. We won't look at what's inside of them yet, but I do have alvearies. They're being created inside this carpenter right here. There's 59 more cents of panelings. It just ran out of pollen. But yeah, I got a bunch of alveary blocks. We're going to be using those in this episode. Over here we got some squeezers. These are squeezing all of our honey, fruit juice, and seed oil down here, and they're being loaded up into big tanks, which we haven't seen yet. 3 centrifuges, which are squishing all the honeycombs into the various things that honeycombs do. The fermenter here that's taking saplings from the farms outside of here, and I do briefly cover farms in the genetics tutorial if you're curious about what's going on over there. Those are chestnut trees. They're fermenting it down into ethanol, and I'm using the fruit juice to get a little bit of a bonus here. So the still is making ethanol. If we take a look at this thing in here, this will tell us all of the traits that I've isolated so far from all the bees. So I've gotten some pretty good ones. One of the main ones that I wanted were nocturnal, rain tolerance, cave dwelling from the rocky bees, effect nobody cares about, fertility, maximum or extremely low. It depends on what you're looking for. I bred in maximum fertility to these for the gene pool and for squishing all the bees. Lifespan depends if you want to have a lot of drones or a little bit of drones. I used shortest, and production fast. That's really what I wanted to go for here. And you can see some of the species that I have bred up to here. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to get to the refined species, which I did manage to breed up to. I have a bunch of refined drones here, and if you check out the Beelizer, you see that I have bred basically I call them super strains of bees that have all of the best traits that I can find. So it has high fertility. It's got a very fast production speed and a short life, so I get lots of drones. So this is going to produce lots of whatever kind of cones make. I forget, what do these things make? They're being squished automatically.
They make tube steak a lot too.
Tube steak? There we go. Petroleum cones and tube steaks. Petroleum cones, oil cones, and I'm basically using bees to produce a fuel source, which is absolutely awesome. And these 3 serum arrays that I've made so far will list the uber traits that I bred into my bees so far. So this is for the refined species. This one's for, that's for ocean. This one's for imperial. So we got fast production imperial bees with some good tolerances there. They can work through the night, through rain, through anything else. And my inoculator, wherever it is here, good grief. My inoculator here is inoculating more metals larvae to make a super strain of industrious. So basically these will pump out royal jelly and pollen at an extremely fast rate. So we got some nice bees going on there. And I just incubated some. There are so many of these machines, it's ridiculous.
How long does this thing take to inoculate?
It takes 10 minutes per trait, so it's about an hour per bee. So here's the Imperial. I'm not going to take these out of here because I don't want to get these mixed up and lost, but this is my super strain of Imperial. And what I'll do is I'll throw those in with a Rocky Princess, and I will breed all the awesome traits into the Princess because you can't inoculate princesses, and I will create an awesome Imperial drone line of bees, which will be super fantastic. So that's kind of what's going on here. Got some butterflies up top there. And yeah, so there's been some changes out here. You can see, I'm pretty sure this building is new since the last episode.
We couldn't remember.
We can't remember. And I'm pretty sure the docks are new too, which serve no purpose other than to look
Looking
nice
awesome.
and pretty. So yeah, there's this mess of flowers, which I can't wait to get rid of. This over here, this is making my seed oil, this farm here. I don't know if we looked at this or not, but this is an orchard. In any case, this is where I'm getting all my seeds. This is where I'm getting all my saplings. This is where I'm getting all my wheat and my sugar and my cactus and potatoes that we're living off of, which hopefully we can wean ourselves off of potatoes pretty soon. All right, so Ingram did something down here. A lot of things.
I did.
Ta-da!
Oh yeah.
Tell us all the things of what's going on
Tow
here.
it up.
What are these actually? What are these blue ones up here? These are.
That's our So we're using the Cyan network for all of our interfaces that we're gonna like. So we have the terminals rather. So the pattern terminal up top lets us create patterns, and then the interface terminal lets us actually access all of the interfaces. And I don't know if we talked about this before, but we have there's like pods of different things. So there's an alloy smelter tower right there on the right, and an sag mill tower on the left. And then in the center, in the floor down here, we put all of our molecular assembler chambers. And the way that we have it is actually, so there's an interface surrounded by 3 to 4 different assembler chambers. And the reason for that is because if you put a thread, a co-processing unit, it can actually spit the recipes from the one interface into 4 different chambers.
Yeah, and you'll be able to check out our tutorial on the AE2 to figure out exactly what's going on down here
Yes.
if you're not sure.
Yeah, and we'll cover everything, auto crafting and all that stuff in that tutorial.
Yeah, these are auto crafting towers. We got our drives over there. Everything's moved. Actually, this has moved twice. I think you you revamped it once, and then nobody ever saw the revamped version of what we did before, and this is what it ended up being. So there's a big multi-block controller here that's got a bunch of P2P tunnels that they need to be labeled. So white is for DSUs. You can kind of see, yeah, there's white down there. P2P tunnel. Anyways, this is all advanced stuff, and maybe we'll touch this in the next episode a little bit more. But everything has changed quite a bit down here.
It would be nice if we could get rid of this stupid cluster of crap over here.
I keep using might be important. I keep like manually dumping steel into these 2 rolling machines over here, and I've got this crappy room that nobody ever saw underneath all the bees. This is completely stopped working right now. Actually, this is where all the steel is being made in this hack's little contraption, which will be destroyed very soon. But that's where I'm getting all the steel to make everything. Oh, let me actually go upstairs. For this thing out here, and we got a bunch of railcraft tanks. Ooh, tube steaks at sunrise in the nude.
Best time.
So I'm keeping ethanol in here, honey in here, fruit juice and seed oil, and these have not been used yet, but they're extra liquid storage. And this is just kind of the big tank area.
Got a lot of seed oil in that one tank.
Yeah,
that stuff hard to get.
Once you get chestnut trees, it's not hard to get, and you have a massive abundance of it. But at first, it is pretty hard to get, and unfortunately, you can't use creosote oil as a substitute for it anymore, which is way easy to get.
Yeah, you had to do tree breeding basically to get all the way up there to get the chestnuts.
Chestnuts are not bad, actually. If you know what you're doing, you can get to them pretty quick. So this is another big room that's kind of started here, and I built. This is another reason I needed all that steel is to build. We got liquid fueled fireboxes here. These are steam boilers, high pressure steam boilers. We got 8 of them here. Hopefully, when the setup is done, we'll be able to put out a little over 11,000 RF per tick. And we got some stuff set up down here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set up some industrial steam engine thingies onto here, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to get a whole bunch of renewable power, and we're going to do it all using bees. So all the fuel that's going to be coming in is going to be produced free of charge. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop brand new alvearies down here, okay? So I'm going to do that, and I want to be able to click on them, so I'm going to make them one above the ground, and then I'm going to slap some planks on here. And since I have the strain of bees that I'm using is cave dwelling, they'll be able to grow underground, so there's actually no restrictions at all for these. There we go, now it's an alveary. And we're going to use some refined drones, and these are going to produce that petroleum and those oily combs that we are going to need to refine down to make fuel. So
Are you gonna put those have like a really low life, right? So could you inoculate them with a longer life?
I have them shortest life on purpose so they die quicker, so that I can get all the drones and smash them in a gene pool.
Oh.
Because the gene pool is like 0.5% per bee, so it takes forever to build up liquid DNA. So that's why that's like that. But I could do longest life. Yeah, you could do that. If you don't need drones, it's the better way to go. I'm not really sure how. I'll probably set this up and then reset it up afterwards if I don't like the way it comes out. But just
Doing the refinery now?
yeah, we'll do the refinery. Let's hook it up to what should I hook it up to as far as power? What's the safest constant?
It needs to always. We can set up. They can make a new channel, and I'll go set one up in the
Okay.
hub.
All right. Well, while he does that, I'm gonna hook these up. So we're gonna do the oil is gonna come in from this side. So we'll have the oil fill up in this tank, and then we'll send it to this tank, which will hold all of the fuel. So we're gonna have that always active extract. So we're gonna have this always active extract, and that should dump it in there. So the oil will go in here, the fuel will go in here, and we'll get the power going. Hopefully one of these will be enough, I think, right now, but if not, we can always do a few more. All right, so to get these boilers up and running, it's going to take hours and hours and hours, but I will set them up the way I want them first here. We're going to do some reservoirs because these do need an infinite source of water. And let me see if I can. Do we have any water buckets?
Yeah.
Can you get a couple water buckets? Just 2 should be fine.
Oh crap. Yeah, I'll go. We have we have 53 buckets for some.
Okay, that was probably me. I was making something requires a bucket to make. I think it's the industrial steam engines. Take a bucket.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna extract here and send water there. We're gonna extract here. Send water there. So I'll do these between each one. I'm really only going to do one setup and then do the rest not on video because nobody wants to see me set up 8 of these things.
Are these set to auto refill already?
I just need to click it with a wrench. So there we go. Okay. All right. So now it's filling these both up with water. Hopefully that should be enough. So we got a constant source of water. Now we need to build the engine core. And I have no idea how many pressurized fluid conduits you need to run off these things to actually
what the limitation is?
Yeah, to actually harness all of the steam. But 9 is plenty. I do know for a fact that 9 is plenty, but I'm pretty sure the pressurized fluid conduits, you can use less of them. But just for the sake of this setup, we'll do it. And because I added the alveary there, the design's going to have to be a little bit different.
Have enough clearance?
You
could sink the alveary down one level and like kind of angle this in. Kind of like what I did with the crafting chamber thing.
Oh, that's true too. Because my original intention was to have the engines below the steam boilers and have them like stick out like through here.
Yeah.
Which,
how many are you doing through here?
Hold on, let me bring it down. Let me see how much space I need. Actually, if I do this, and then make sure these are disabled. This should actually this should work. Let me see.
Looks
One,
ugly as
two.
crap.
Yeah, do you think it would look better off the back like that or down below?
What do you actually do? How many are you doing? How many engines?
It has to be 18 engines. So it's going to look like this.
Whoa.
One, two. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I need power conduit there. So there's six per side. So 6 on the bottom and then 6 on either side. So you can either run it off the back or we can run it out like this. And they're loud. Which is why I was kind of thinking the back, but
What is this little hole up here for?
for just lights, really, no reason.
Oh, because you could put oh, you can't put 18 engines.
Hold on. Let's do it below and let's see how it looks.
I put some power conduit down here too.
All right, I have like everything I need, so let me load some more up.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry, that's because I added one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that should be enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's as far out as it needs to go. And then we'll do below. 5, 6.
Kind of looks cool.
Yeah, yeah, it comes right off the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it will mess it up if steam can travel through the liquid firebox part of it, but I'm pretty sure you can't extract steam from those. So this should be fine. That's actually works out kind of good. The last thing I actually need is, unfortunately, you have to have a redstone current to actually make these things work.
You can put that cable in there though.
Yeah, that's what I got here. So I'm gonna
Oh, that's
put
what you had to break them.
some conduit, and I'll set up the switch for these later because I'm really not quite sure where this stuff is gonna go. I just wanted to make sure that people knew what was going on here.
Will these explode?
I have not been able to make them explode, even though they seem like they're going to. So, if they explode,
So we don't need to worry about like regulating the power.
no, you don't need to, because it reaches like a peak inside of here. It will reach a peak like way up at the top, but it will never build up more RF than a certain amount. And I've even tried to disconnect them from a power output. Like so, for instance, I connected them to a full capacitor bank and they wouldn't explode, and I disconnected them from any power source at all or any power consumption source at all, and I couldn't get them to explode either. That's the little experiment that I was running the other day. So these are each going to do 80 RF per tick, which is I think 1440 per core. And so now I need to figure out where the fuel is going to be imported into these. What do you think?
Well, into what? Into the steam boiler?
The fuel needs to be imported on the bottom level somewhere.
What kind of fuel are you using? We're not using wood, right? We're going to use like liquid fuel.
It's that yellow liquid Buildcraft fuel. So we could run a pressurized fluid conduit directly across the face of all these things and go straight down the line.
Does it need to connect to every single one though?
What the deuce? No. So we can do. So if I do this, and I'd have to disconnect it from the engine.
Yeah.
I can just like disable this one and disable that one and go have it run the entire length of the room and disable it like from here too. Oops.
Oh, okay.
You know, and just have it only connect to the one. I'm not sure how to change that one actually. Or we could do some sort of like tesseract thing, or
Tesseract would look a lot nicer.
yeah, maybe
Have enough of them though. We can do one for this for now. It's not like we're running out of resources.
Well, the problem is we're running out of channels on the Tesseracts
Oh.
because you can't
Oh,
privatize them anymore.
you can. You can.
Oh,
You have to make a signal them lock, though.
okay. Well, if we can privatize them, that'll be perfect because that would solve
Okay.
all of my problems, especially upstairs where I'm having problems. Um, all right, so let's do that. So let's assume that we're going to get some fuel loaded up inside of these things. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to turn these on in this episode because they take hours to heat up. And at low temperatures, they will not be able to keep these engines going. And the engines need a redstone signal to be on all the time. So what we're going to do is actually, can I have a, let me get a Rocky Princess. Rocky Princess. Don't have one here. Let's go to the Buttcrusters B Emporium up here.
Yeah, that's
get
what happens when you let me name stuff.
we're gonna get a Rocky Princess, and this has got crappy traits. So if I beelize this, for those that are wondering, it's got a short lifespan, slowest production, 1 fertility. Doesn't matter because I have so many drones, and what's gonna happen is once I automate the salviary, this is gonna smash together with the drone so many times that it's gonna be forced to become a fast worker and have all the awesome traits. So that's what's going to happen there. I'll get a really awesome strain.
The beatings will continue and morale improve.
Exactly. All right, so I will automate the alveoli later, but what we do need to do is we need to get this, the propolis to come out into the tank. So if I do a squeezer.
Oh! Walk through the laser beam.
And a. Okay, here's a question. Should I. The network upstairs really needs to be wired into this, like badly.
The ME network?
So I can either, here's my options. Oh,
Quantum
look at this
tunnel.
cool stuff. I can either, well, quantum tunnel is a good idea.
We haven't. Oh, we actually have all the stuff for it.
The problem is it's like right next to all of other stuff anyway, so
Yeah.
it would be kind of a waste. So my dilemma is I need the combs to go through a centrifuge first, and then the product, the propolis, to go through a squeezer. And I'm not sure whether or not to.
Oh,
Do we
you're
have
just up here in this B Emporium?
Yeah, I just need to get, if I can get the propolis down to this room without a problem, then that solves all the issues.
I mean, you could do another Tesseract.
There's just
Or
yeah.
an Ender chest.
Let's do an ender chest. That's easy enough.
Yeah, just make sure you.
Can you
Well,
make
you
one
can
really
lock
quick?
that frequency. What's that?
Can you make one really quick?
Yeah.
An ender chest?
Yep.
All right, and then we'll need an item conduit then, which should be fine. We'll set this to insert. We'll put the ender chest right there. And I can automate the exporting off of off camera. That's not a problem.
So I'm gonna make you a green one.
All right, I'm also gonna need a tesseract too. Let me.
I have 2 of them for you. And I'll get you diamonds so that you can lock them.
Well, just for power right off the bat. Yeah, you're gonna have to show me how to do that because I tried with diamond before too. I thought that was a solution and it didn't
No,
work.
for the ender chests.
Oh, okay.
Although we don't really need to lock them.
Okay, we're at Beetlejuice here. That's what we're making down here.
Yep.
So that's got power.
Does this refinery actually have power? Oh yeah, it doesn't have anything to process.
Right. So this.
Where do you want your ender chests?
Oops, Beetlejuice. I need it up here, or if you can put it in the network. Either way, just drop it right next to that item conduit.
Okay. And then you have set up upstairs in the B Emporium.
I don't have anything set up yet, but I'll do it later.
Okay, that's where you're gonna export from though?
Yeah, if you just throw a chest up there near the ME system, I will dump a bunch of, or actually if you can dump a bunch of oily propolis inside of the ender chest.
Yep.
Where's my networking tool? Here it is. I messed this up. I messed this up. We're going to do extract. Always active. We're on the Betelgeuse network. We're getting energy. I hate how these tesseracts.
That's one thing I loved about the Ender IO transceivers, but
You could put them right next to them.
well, you can have each channel selection is freaking way better.
Yeah, I was trying to use those, but they consume power.
Yeah, yeah, they have like upkeep and everything. All right, you want oily propolis exported into that chest?
Yeah. Do you not have the Betelgeuse network set up to get power?
Hold tight.
Because it's not. I keep moving this thing around, expecting it to produce power, and it's not going.
Really?
Yeah.
Once.
I'm
No,
sending.
it's definitely on.
You're set for send and receive, or sending energy?
Oh, might be.
Okay.
Right now.
It's working
Good
now.
now.
Okay, there we go. That was my dilemma. All right, so propolis is in here. We're gonna insert. This is gonna squeeze into oil. Awesome. We're gonna hit 500. We're gonna have a bucket of oil for every squeeze of these. There we go. In comes the oil. It's not even showing.
Yeah, ready to get some fuel going.
Oh, that's why it's disappearing. I was like, why is this disappearing so fast? Okay. So now we got fuel going. Now the other thing I need to do is there's another kind of propolis. I forget what it's called now, but it produces straight fuel immediately. You don't even have to refine it. And I need one more squeezer. So I need a squeezer. One more tesseract. Where's the pressurized fluid conduit? Here we go.
Petroleum propolis.
Yeah, petroleum. So extract, always active.
Need another tesseract? I got one right here.
Yeah, one more. If okay. Oh, so many. All right. All right, so this is easy enough. We'll set it up. Betelgeuse network. Oops.
Don't you miss the Q plus refineries?
Oh. Actually, I don't know. Did they ever work? I forget if they worked or not.
Oh yeah, those things were. I mean, maybe not. I thought they worked on our pack.
I just need one ender chest. Another ender chest, actually.
Different colors.
You could do the same color, and I could just whitelist it. Whitelist.
Then you'd have to change your settings on the export bus. Not fill it up. Hang on. Do we have wool somewhere?
And yeah, the B network. What do you mean change the export bus? I can change the item conduit on the receiving end to only accept.
Yeah, but then the export bus on that's filling the chest up will it could fill it up with all of one type.
Oh, that's true. What a douchey flaw. Yeah, it probably looks disgusting up there actually right now. Oops, why did that not work?
Okay, I got you two blue ender chests.
Oh, it's not terrible. You want to throw it in the system and I'll just pick it up?
Yep. Okay.
Let me see.
It's in there. I'm gonna hook this other. What do you want going into this one?
The petroleum propolis.
Oh, you already have them. Okay.
So this is extract.
How rare is this petroleum stuff? You seem to have about like a third as much as the other kind.
It's let me see. If you do refined, oops. Oily comb is 10%, petroleum is 4%.
Okay.
So it's about a little less than half. But still, it's straight oil. It just gets refined right into it. So these are building up in here. This extract, always active. This needs to be insert. There we go. So that's going to make straight fuel. There we go. So the bees are producing all of the things, and this is still taking a while. Wow, these are super productive for rocky bees. All right, so what's gonna actually happen here is this is gonna have to be all tied into all these cores are gonna have to be tied into a redstone signal, and there's really no reason to be able to turn them on and off individually, I don't think. So they can all be hooked into one switch with a constant signal. And oh, we need to pipe in the fuel somehow. How are we gonna do that? With tesseracts again?
We can do it with tesseracts, yeah.
Okay, so there's a valve on the
Because
bottom of these.
oh, we're actually out of tesseracts.
That doesn't surprise me actually. Should probably be
Luckily, we
using a
have them
shovel.
suckers on.
All right.
Because you're basically just gonna use one tesseract channel for
Right.
everything, right?
Right. Which would be ideal. And it's only going to be coming off of the fuel line down here. So let's take one of these. We're going to extract always active. And it has no home to go to. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I have one tesseract already.
Okay, I'm
So,
making another one now. Oh, I actually already made it, so.
yeah, we're running out of channels here. I'll do, oops, channel 780. Fuel plus. We're going to do disable this, and send
Where are you
fluid.
at?
Underneath
Oh, I see.
the fuel tank. So if we drop a tesseract, I'm not sure what the best place to do it is.
Maybe, well, we want it in a corner that won't touch anything else.
Well, once don't put
it
it on
there,
the,
it's gonna
no,
connect.
yeah, don't do it there yet. But if there's steam in the pipe, it won't connect to it. It will automatically not connect to it. So just slap it on the side for now.
I haven't configured that one to do anything.
All right. The only issue is now is that we don't have enough fuel made to actually get this boiler started and to finish it. Because
How much fuel do you need for that?
well, in the beginning when it's not hot, it sucks a ton of fuel. But as it heats up and it gets closer to 1,000 degrees, it uses less and less and less and less. So basically, you have to bring these online one at a time. And I'm not sure how fast the bees are producing oil yet, so we'll have to see. We got oil flowing in, fuel flowing in. Yeah, I really just want to kind of let this go and build up a whole bunch of fuel first, because if you turn this on and then you can't make it all the way to the end, you'll have wasted like a massive ton of fuel. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I got a bunch more engines here, a bunch more reservoirs. So this is gonna happen for all these different things, and it's gonna be, hey, a chicken, a chicken.
A tube steak.
All right, I think that's it. That's a solid 33 minutes, 33-minute episode.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So then the only thing is like, we don't know the numbers yet for the oil on these things, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much the bees will make. And what I kind of want to do is I'm starting to be able to make alveoles faster and faster. So the more of them I have, the more propolis that comes in. I may actually have to update this and get more squeezers going, because this thing just cannot keep up.
And you don't have is this alveoli tied in yet or no?
No, that's not tied in at all. So I'll do that like underneath, and I'll have to get a bunch of item conduit, or I'll get an ender chest to send all the yield from the alveoles up to wherever it belongs.
Okay.
So it's not tied in.
So are you yanking the propolis? Oh, each of these combs right here. Okay.
Yeah, so the combs are going to get pulled out, and they're going to get put to wherever they need to put. They're not going to be rocky combs. They're going to be refined combs. And that's the only thing that these bees will make down here. I'm going to actually set up a second squeezer. and this should help.
So how come you have a rocky queen in here? Because you're trying
It will
trying to get a refined. Oh, you got one right there.
Yeah, so it's
Refined
not
princess.
like I'll look at this right now. It'll be like a refined Rocky princess. It won't be a good pure breed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a refined Rocky. It's still got the slowest production speed and one fertility, but you can see the secondary traits. The inactive traits are fast and 4x fertility and shortest lifespan. So the more that you keep smashing them together with the really good breed of bee, the more it slowly becomes the good breed of bee.
Because you can't inoculate queens,
Right.
princesses. So you gotta
Right. So
breed the right
once I
one.
inoculate some good drones, you got to get about 4 or 5 good drones and keep smashing them together with like a crappy bee, like the Rocky bees, since you have so many from Corey's, and they'll eventually become like a really. See, this queen already is diurnal and nocturnal and has rocks as flowers. So there's maybe it started out like that, but whatever. It'll slowly become better and better, and it will get all the secondary traits loaded in. All right.
Good, you couldn't inoculate a queen or something.
Yeah, well, I used to be able to, and that was like the ideal situation. This is gonna be a mess, but I'm gonna do it. There we go. Get this baby loaded up. And deal with all this oil. All right. So yeah, I just put a second squeezer up there, so it's making oil at a pretty decent clip. And this fuel bucket is gonna be loaded before you know it. And if I get all 8 alvearies running with fuel bees, there's gonna be a lot of fuel, and we'll do more stuff with it hopefully. So that's it for this episode. Probably. You have anything else to add? Have we talked about this Tesseract switchboard over here that has all of our power needs? Why did we make this? Because I
So that
broke
we
the
wanted
big
to be able
reactor.
to. Yeah. Because we were having, like anytime we have problems with our reactor, we want to be able to turn these suckers off. So like we have all of our crafting towers have their own, actually every crafting room. So the sag mill silo, the alloy smelter silo, the crystal growth chamber, because this thing's a constant drain, the fluid transposer and the chipset lab all actually have their own tesseract tied to the crafting thing. So if we have a power shortage, we can just kill the entire crafting wing. So that's the majority of our drain.
Mm.
And then lasers, obviously, you kind of want on their own thing. The farm we have on its own thing in case we don't need it. And like the mob pit is just a pain to get into. So I have everything turned on in the mob pit, and then we just turn the whole thing on or off based on the
Yeah, the mod pit is
switchboard up
something
here.
that's gonna get revamped.
Yeah,
I'm not
in
even
a future
sure
episode.
where it went and how you get to it anymore, but it's like right around here somewhere.
It was right under the floor.
It's back behind something, yeah. So, all right.
It didn't survive the the changes to that room up there.
All right, and we'll fix the ceiling. Well, we will keep fixing things and showing you all the fixings of all the things. But until then, that's it for this episode. Again, make sure you check out the AE2 tutorial. Make sure you check out the genetics tutorial if you have questions about bees. And along with that, there's like a 5-part, 7-part bee breeding guide that I put out a long time ago that you can check out if you're not sure how to do bees and stuff. But they are really awesome. Obviously, they're making fuel for us for free. All it costs is a little bit of time, which is fantastic. And if I turn off night vision, it is extremely dark in here. Just an FYI. I'm like, why are there bats flying all over the place? Okay.
Yes, this is the problem with building with night vision.
All right. All right, that's it for this episode, guys. Make sure you stay poised and get ready for the next episode, whatever number that may be.
I don't even know. 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10.
Something like that.
Stay poised.